漫画やアニメを紹介するイベント。Hello and welcome. In this video, I'll be breaking down another NHK Easy News article. NHK Easy News is a website that takes big old Japanese articles and condenses them into easy to understand Japanese. So I'll take one of those and I'm going to break it down. First, I'll be playing the article, and then second, I'll break it down with all that grammar and vocabulary, and third, I will play that article again so you can see how much you've learned. And one thing while I'm playing the article, there's not going to be any English or romaji, but don't worry. Once I get to the breakdown, there'll be plenty of English and I'll explain everything, maybe even more than you want. So don't worry. But I do think while you're first listening to it, it helps to remove all of the English so you can really focus on the Japanese and try to pull out what you know. But there will also be karaoke style highlighting to help you keep your place. So good luck. Let's go.
フランスで日本の漫画やアニメを紹介するイベントが始まる。漫画やアニメなどの新しい日本の文化を紹介するジャパンエキスポが4日、フランスで始まりました。ステージでは、東京のバレエのチームが人気ゲームのドラゴンクエストをテーマにしたバレエを踊りました。見に来た26歳の男性は、ドラゴンクエストが大好きです。素晴らしい踊りでゲームの世界を表していました、と話していました。会場では、東京都や鎌倉市などが観光地を紹介するパンフレットを配っていました。このイベントは7日までで、24万人ぐらいが来ると考えられています。
Welcome back. How'd it go? I hope it went well, but if not, now we're gonna break down all of that Japanese. So if there's anything you didn't get, you can figure it out now as we'll go through it together. So this here to start out, we're just on the title of this article. So up on the top here, I have it in kanji, hiragana, and then this romaji down here to help you know how everything is said and pronounced. And then I have it down in English here. And these color coding, they kind of match up here, but do keep in mind that English and Japanese are very different languages, so it's not often that you can have a straightforward kind of one-to-one translation. So just take this with a pinch of salt. And then under here, we have all of the definitions, so everything in English, what all these little pieces mean. So I'll first start off, I'll read this out to you guys. We have フランスで日本の漫画やアニメを紹介するイベントが始まる. So フランス here is just French. And it's also written in katakana here. There's like 3 writing systems in Japanese. There's the kanji, the hiragana, and then this katakana you see here. And katakana is usually used either for loan words or also just to add emphasis. So de is showing the location, so in or at France. And then we have Nippon, which is Japan. And then no is linking that to this manga ya anime. And manga and anime, I hope you guys know what that is. But this ya here, if you've ever heard of to, which means and, which would be like manga to anime, would be manga and anime. And this ya works similarly. It's manga ya anime. So it is still and, but it isn't an exhaustive list. So it's stuff like manga, anime, and there's other things that they've kind of purposely left out. So these are just kind of 2 examples from a larger list that we don't have the full list here of. And then this Japanese here kind of fits in where it's Japanese, manga, and anime. And this O makes this a direct object, so we're kind of acting on this with our shokai suru, which shokai is to introduce. And then when you put suru at the end of shokai, it makes it into a verb. So that's doing the action of introducing. So it's introducing Japanese manga and anime. And all of this is describing an evento, which again is an English loan word for just an event. And then ga makes that the subject. So as for this event, 하지마루, it's begun. So in French, a Japanese manga and anime introductory event has started. And also it's like introductory, like not so much introductory. You might translate more as like an event showcasing or presenting Japanese manga and anime. For our next part, we have here 漫画やアニメなどの新しい日本の文化を紹介する Japan Expo. And so you know this was the title of the article, and here we're actually getting into the article. So these first two slides are kind of almost just repeating what the article said with a little bit more context. So we're starting off again with this manga ya anime. So stuff like manga and anime. And then nado here means etc. So that's more just emphasizing that inexhaustive list. And then no is linking this all to our atarashi Nippon no bunka. And atarashi means new. Nippon is Japan. And then no linking that to bunka, which is culture. So this is Japanese culture and new Japanese culture. So it's like newer Japanese culture like anime, manga, video games, as opposed to older stuff, which might be like kabuki, ninja, samurai, that sort of stuff. Like, no, this is the newer things. And then this o is making that culture the direct object. So we're acting on that with, again, our shokai suru. So it's introducing this new culture. And this is all describing our Japan Expo. So before we just had event, a generic noun. But now we have the actual name of the event, which is Japan Expo. And going on, ga makes that Japan Expo the subject of the sentence. So as for that, 4日、フランスで始まりました。So 4日 is 4 days, or the fourth, like the fourth day of the month. And then フランスで, again in France, 始まりました, which is the past polite form of 始まる, which is a go-down do ending verb. So to first make that to its polite form, that do-based ending here changes to its e-based ending di, and then you add on mas, so 始まる becomes 始まります. And then to make it past, that su changes over to shita, so our 始まります becomes 始まりました. So that happened in the past. Happened in the past in France on the 4th. So next we have ステージでは東京のバレエのチームが, and again this is a part of a bigger sentence. We're just starting off with our subject here, which is for the stage, which is another English loan word, katakana. And then we have our dewa again. De is showing a location, so in or on this stage, and wa makes the topic the stage. So as for the stage that we're on, and then Tokyo is a part of Japan, the best part of Japan. And then no is linking that to ballet. So this is like Tokyo's ballet, or the ballet of Tokyo, and more loan words from English. It's just the ballet. And then no is linking that to chimu, more English again for team. So that's like Tokyo's ballet team. Ga, as for them, 人気ゲームのドラゴンクエストをテーマにした. So 人気 is popular, and then game is a game. So the popular game, then no is linking that to Dragon Questo, which is just the title of a game. So that's just the popular game Dragon Quest. And O makes Dragon Quest our direct object, so we're acting on that. We're doing this tema nishita. Tema here is like the theme. It's not really the theme song, just kind of the theme of that game. And then ni is marking that as a direction or the goal, so we're kind of aiming towards that theme. And then shita here is the past form of suru. And suru means to do, and it's an irregular verb. So suru in its past form becomes shita, and that's one you just have to memorize. But there's only a few irregular verbs in Japanese, so don't worry about it too much. So like they're going towards doing the theme. They're doing something in the theme of this Dragon Quest, the popular game. Tokyo Ballet, their ballet is in the theme of Dragon Quest. And next we have バレエを踊りました。見に来た26歳の男性は So again, the ballet, and then O makes that the direct object. And then 踊りました is the polite past form of the go-down verb 踊る. So to first make that polite, that do, that u-based ending changes to d. It's e-based ending, so do to d. And then you add on that mas, and that su to become past form becomes shita. So 踊る becomes 踊ります becomes 踊りました. So was danced, the ballet that was danced. And then this 見に来た. This is a compound verb of 見る and then ni and 来る. So 見に来る. So 見る meaning to see or to watch, and 来るis to go and do something and come back. So went and saw and came back is the meaning here all together. Went and saw. And because this is actually a compound verb, this 来る is the only thing we're going to conjugate. And 来る is an irregular verb, sadly. So 来る in its mas form is just 来ます. So 来る becomes 来ます in its polite form. But then as for usual, to make it past, you just change that su to shita. So 見に来る becomes 見に来ます becomes 見に来ました. So it's like went and saw the ballet dancing, like their dance. And then we have this 26, ni being 2, 10 being that 10, and then roku being 6, so that 26. And sai here is the counter for age, so that's 26 years old. And then no, all of this is just describing tansei, some guy. So it's a 26-year-old guy who went and saw the ballet being danced. And so this wa here makes this guy the topic of our sentence. So as for this guy, here we're having a quote from him. And this is just the beginning of the quote. And then it's going to end right here. So to start off what this guy is saying, this 26-year-old dude who went and saw the ballet, he's saying, ドラゴンクエストが大好きです. So Dragon Quest again is like what the theme of the ballet is. And ga makes it the subject. So as for that, 大好き, I super like it. You really like it. And then this is just kind of ending the sentence and adding politeness. So he's first starting out with, I love Dragon Quest. I love that game. And next we have 素晴らしい踊りでゲームの世界を表していましたと話していました。So the first start off, we had this 素晴らしい, which is wonderful, splendid, just great. And then that's describing 踊り, which is dance. And we had it right here in its verb form, it's 踊る. But here we have it in its noun form, which is essentially its mas stem. Some verbs can become nouns that way by changing that u-based ending to its e-based ending so that 踊る becomes 踊り here. And now it's the noun of just being a dance, a wonderful dance. And then de here is meaning by means of or through. So through this awesome dance, ゲームの世界, game being English, and then sekai is world, so the world of the game, and then o means we're acting on this. So what we did to this game world is we appeared it, we materialized it. Through this dance, the game world was brought to life. So this 表していました is the teiru, polite past form of 現る, which is appear or materialize or show, display, that kind of concept. And that ichiran, do ending verb, to first make it te form, do just changes to te, and then you just pop on that iru for 現る becoming 現っている. And that's just meaning you're doing that action. It's the gerund, it's like the ing form. So instead of appear, it's appearing. And then next, we would make it polite. That do would change to mas. So our 現っている becomes 現っています. And then, as we've seen before, that su becomes this shita for its past form for our big old 現っていました. So it just was being done in the past. It was bringing that game world to life. And then to here is just indicating that this was a quote, because this is, you can see this is the opening quote and the closing quote. So to, and then this 話していました, it was said. So that's like what he said. So that is the teiru. Again, it's like the same thing we have here. This teiru polite past form, but instead of an ichidan verb, our hanasu, which is to say, is a godan verb. So that su ending in its te form becomes shitte. That hanasu becomes hanashite. But then like the same way you add on that iru, and then you change it to mas and to mashita. So hanasu becomes hanashiteiru, becomes hanashiteimashita. So like was saying, that's what the guy was saying. So next we have 会場では東京都や鎌倉市などが観光地を紹介するパンフレットを配っていました。So to start off, we have 会場 is an assembly hall, or just like the venue, so where this event was held. And then de shows the location, so at this venue, and was also making it the topic. So our location and topic is the venue. And next we have Tokyo to. Tokyo is just the region of Japan. And this little extra to here is saying the metropolitan area, just adding that context here. So Tokyo to. And ya, again, we have this same format, again with the ya and the nado, just really meaning that this is an inexhaustive list. So these are two cities among many different places that were kind of featured here. So next we have this Kamakura-shi. So that's Kamakura, and then shi is the city, so it's Kamakura City. And then nado, so other places too. And then ga makes these places the subjects, that's what we're talking about next. Or our kankochi, which is a tourist attraction or sightseeing area. So tourist attractions in these areas. And then o, we're acting on them. We're again shoukai suru, we're introducing them. And this is all describing these pamphletos. So they're pamphlets that are introducing sightseeing areas in Tokyo and Kamakura and other places. And as for these pamphlets, we're also acting on them. We are kubatte-imashita-ing them. So that is the teiru polite past form of the godan verb kubaru, which is to distribute. So pamphlets about other sightseeing stuff is being distributed at the venue. So to make this form kubaru, this do in its te form changes to tanitu and a te, and then you add on iru for its first teiru form. So kubaru becomes kubatteiru, and then the usual this do changes to mas, and then that mas changes to mashita for its past form. So that kubatteiru becomes kubatteimasu, becomes kubatteimashita. So they were distributed at the venue. Next up, we have our very last slide, your last chance to learn. So for this, we have このイベントは7日までで24万人ぐらいが来ると考えられています。So, I kind of had to put this in one line, but this is just kono is this, and ibento again is an event from English, and then wa makes this event the topic of the sentence. Then nanoka is the 7th, then made is until, it's gonna like up until the 7th, and then day showing the time, it's gonna like at that time. So that is the limit. This event is only gonna go until the 7th, and then it's done. One thing to note is this article was put out before the event is done. So this 24만 is just an estimate of kind of how many people came. And then next we have this 24, which is 2, and then 10, and then 4. So this 20 is acting for the 20, and then yon is just the 4 for 24. Next we have man, which is something else that's a little tricky in Japanese. In English we have it's like 10, 100,000, and then like 100,000. But Japanese, they have it the same as us until 1,000 with like the 10, 100,000. But then they have this 10,000. So their commas get a little bit different. So it's a little bit tricky to do really big numbers in Japanese. So that is just, there's like 24, 10,000 people. And then nin here is showing the counter of people. So we specifically know that they're counting people, which like gurai, approximately that many people. And then ga is making those people the subject. And then kuru is to come. So like approximately 24, 10,000 people came. And then to is quoting this number of people. And next we have our kangaerarete-imasu. And that is the passive teiru polite form of kangaeru, which is to think. And passive means it's being done by someone or something. So like people are thinking that maybe this many people will come to the event. Because the 7th, that's in the future. So this is just an estimate of how much people think are gonna come to the event, like once it's all done. So to make this form, we first start off with kangaeru, and then this ru, we take it off from the passive form, change it over to rareru. So kangaeru becomes kangaerareru, and then teiru, this rareru is essentially an ichidan form, so you just take off that ru and change it to a te, and add on the iru. So kangaerareru becomes kangaerareteiru. So that is someone who is currently doing the action of thinking, the gerund form. And then we just make it polite here. And all you have to do, because this is still ichidan, this iru is ichidan, so that ru becomes mas. So our kangaerareteiru becomes kangaerareteimasu. So people, someone is thinking that 24, 10,000 people around that number are going to come to this event. And I am thinking that we're done here. You have now learned all of the vocabulary and grammar from this article. Yatta desu ne. So next I'm going to go forward and play the whole thing again with the Japanese. And so you can see how much you've learned, how much you've sunken in during our little video. I wish you luck. Let's go!
フランスで日本の漫画やアニメを紹介するイベントが始まる。漫画やアニメなどの新しい日本の文化を紹介するジャパンエキスポが4日、フランスで始まりました。ステージでは、東京のバレエのチームが人気ゲームのドラゴンクエストをテーマにしたバレエを踊りました。見に来た26歳の男性は、ドラゴンクエストが大好きです。素晴らしい踊りでゲームの世界を表していました、と話していました。会場では、東京都や鎌倉市などが観光地を紹介するパンフレットを配っていました。このイベントは7日までで、24万人ぐらいが来ると考えられています。
Yay! I hope you had some luck, and if you didn't, you can always go back and review anything that was a little tricky for you. I hope that in general you had fun and learned something. If you want to see more in the future, please subscribe, and I will see you in the next video. またね!